look at our I can statements for this lesson. By the end of our lesson today, you will be able to say, I can define symmetry, I can identify if a shape has a line of symmetry, I can draw a line of symmetry. Let's start off with the first one. What is symmetry? Symmetry is when two sides of an object are the mirror image of one another. Take a look at this green triangle. If I were to fold it down the middle in half, the edges would match perfectly. That's what symmetry is, when the edges match perfectly. Take a look at this pink triangle. If I were to try to do the same thing by folding it to match up the edges, they wouldn't match because this triangle has no symmetry. So what is a line of symmetry? A line of symmetry is where you can fold an object to make the two sides match one another. Take our green triangle from the last slide. If we fold it across the line, all of the edges match. The line down the middle is called the line of symmetry. Now that we've looked at the different definitions for symmetry, let's go ahead and do our symmetry scavenger hunt. We're going to practice finding objects with symmetry. To start off, make sure that you have a piece of paper, maybe 2 or 3, a pair of scissors, and some kind of writing utensil. I recommend using a pencil so that you don't mark up any of the items that we choose to trace. Now that we have all of our materials to start our scavenger hunt, let's get going. When you're ready, pause the video and go on a hunt around your house to find an object that's not too small, but still small enough to fit on a piece of paper. Once you have your object, come back to the video and hit play, and you can see what I found too. Did you find your object? Awesome, so did I. It's no surprise that I got a dog toy. And the reason I chose this is because in my videos, a lot of times you can see that I have 3 little rascals running around. See if you can spot my dogs. I think I see one of them now. Now that we have our object, we're going to place it on our piece of paper, and we're going to hold it down and trace around the edges of it so that we have a tracing of our object. When you're done, go ahead and lift it off and we'll have our shape. Now, I'm not gonna cut around every little one of those ribs in the sides of it. I'm just gonna cut this around like my circle and a straight line over here, just so I can kind of get the outline of it. So let's get cutting. Now that I have my shape cut out, I'm going to get rid of my scrap paper, and I'm going to look at my shape and try and figure out where could I fold this in half to make the edges match just like in our PowerPoint. So let's go ahead and I'm going to try and fold it this way, and my edges are matching up, and if I look, it's like the 2 little rounded areas on the end, they match up perfectly. And so does this little rectangle area of my dog bone. So there we have a symmetrical object. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up and I'm going to take my writing utensil and I'm going to make a dotted line down the fold. So if I make the dotted line down the fold, just like on our green triangle, you can see that we have a line of symmetry on my household object. Now, some objects have more than one line of symmetry. So what I want to do is I'm going to pick it up again and I'm going to try and fold it the other way. So I'm going to try and fold it the horizontal way now, and those are the 2 go-tos. Always start with those 2 and try and match them up. And again, I have them and they're matching up with one another. So I have yet another line of symmetry that I'm going to do a dotted line down again. And there we have our 2 lines of symmetry. Now, you can try folding it other ways, but as you can see, there's no way for me to fold the entire object in half so that it matches besides those 2 ways. So the horizontal way and then my vertical fold that I did. And so those are the only 2 lines of symmetry that I have for this object. Your object could have 3 or 4 or 20. Your object could have a lot of lines of symmetry. So go ahead and I want you to try this 2 more times. Find 3 objects, the one that you chose with me, and then 2 more objects to try to complete the activity.